Hi, my name is Roje. I am from here in Woodstock, Georgia, and I went on a global year in Honduras, and I am coming back this year as an intern to go to Guatemala. In Honduras, it was a very challenging experience. It didn't come without its challenges, but overall, I'm super grateful for everything that I got to experience and everything that I got to see, and just the change that it really made in my life. I think one thing specifically from Honduras that really stood out to me is just the hospitality that their culture has, and just the love that they show to every person that walks in their door, even if they don't know them. And just the care that they have for every heart, soul, and mind. And in the school we worked in a school each and every day, and it was really cool to just be able to go in there and just love on the students. And every morning I'd walk in and all the kids would just come around and just like give us hugs. And it just, the warmness of the culture was just so cool and just like impactful to see, and life-changing to be able to truly just experience and live in for a year. Another thing that really stood out to me is just that we got to hold this Bible study each and every week with some of the high schoolers at our house, and we got to eat dinner with them and just have commune over a meal. And it was just really cool to be able to just hear their hearts. And then by the end of the year, they were truly leading every Bible study. And they could speak English and Spanish. And so a lot of the year it was very back and forth in which language, but I remember the last Bible study we were sitting there, it was just so evident that they got it. They got the mission of go and tell everybody, go make disciples, because they were all leading the Bible study themselves in Spanish fully. And it was just cool to be able to watch the growth that they had over the year. And we had a couple of those girls that decided to get baptized, and I got to be a part of that and got to just see their hearts and see that they truly do love the Lord and that they truly want to be a part of this mission with us. And honestly, I think the biggest life change that I had for myself over this last year is that we live in a culture here in the States that's a very invite people to church to get them to convert to Christianity, but that's not how it happens. Like ultimately, like it's about your daily relationship with Jesus, and it's not about going to church. It's not about the things you do, but it's truly about just this daily relationship you have, this heart that you have for Jesus. And I learned that it's not about that. The most important thing that they could ever hear is the gospel. And sometimes that starts by you sharing your testimony and going into the gospel so that they can hear what Jesus has for them and the opportunity, and that they're not stuck in their lostness, they're not stuck in their brokenness, they don't have to be there. There's opportunity outside of that. And so ultimately, I just learned that this culture that we live in, that is an invite people to church culture, isn't what it's meant to be, because it's really ultimately about Jesus. It's not about how many people are in a church service. It's not about the scenery and worship and how it makes you like feel necessarily, but it's really about the faith that you have in Jesus and the heart that you have for it, Lord. And the Lord really can just like work through that. And so I really just want to challenge you guys, wherever you're at, whether you're in the States, whether you're a missionary in another country, whether you're in a school being a teacher every day, there's no act that's too small to show the love of Jesus. And so go and show other people the love of Jesus and allow them to see the gospel through your life. Allow them to just see the love of Jesus and hear his word through you. And so I just encourage you to allow where you're at to be your mission field, and don't neglect telling them the most important thing they could ever hear, which is the gospel.